Hey guys, I'm James, and this is my first gameplay commentary. I'm playing Domination on the map Fallen in the Mercenary playlist, and I'm using the Scar with extended mags. The Stinger missile is my secondary. I'm using the Semtex and the trophy system, with perks Sleight of Hand, Blast Shield, and Marksman, all pro. And I'm using the support Killstreaks, the UAV, Advanced UAV, and EMP. That's actually what I want to talk about this game. Really nice there. I just switched from the default layout to tactical, so I was getting used to that in this game. I have another little incident later where I kind of do a dance around a remote sentry, but you'll see that later. And what I want to talk about is the support kill streaks. Are they good? Are they bad? They're probably the most controversial addition to this game. A lot of people really don't like them. They think that the only thing they do is make it so that bad players can still get good killstreak rewards. And while that can be true, I think that there's a lot more to it than that. There are a lot of things in the Call of Duties that people didn't like, and with almost all of them, I think it's more about how other players used those things rather than the things naturally being bad for the games. So I want to go back through some of the old games and some of the things that people hated and why they went back then. First thing is one man on the earth from Modern Warfare 2. Pretty much everyone who used that only used it as a way to refill their claymores and their grenade launchers. And because of that, it was a very bad perk, and it was one of the worst things in the game. But if you really think about it, that perk could have been great if people hadn't abused it the way they did. You could have used that to switch to a Stinger missile if someone called it a helicopter, or maybe the map playing closer than you thought, so you switched from an assault rifle to a submachine gun. There were a lot of great ways that you could have used that perk, but they were all ruined based on how people abused it. The next thing is Ghost in Black Ops. That perk was pretty much known as the camper perk. You would always get killed by someone who's camping with that, and they'll just make you so mad, and you would think that it was just a horrible perk. But a lot of people use that perk in very good ways. For instance, a lot of people that I played with who used it, they would use it to rush, and they wouldn't have to worry about being caught on the enemy radar as they were trying to get a good position behind enemy lines so they could clear out a team to take a domination point, or to plant a bomb in demolition, or anything like that. And another way that people used it, and this is the main way that I used it, is I would have it on its own class. I would only have one class with it. That class is purely for taking out air support. No one likes to get killed 10 straight times by a chopper gun. So the perk was great for taking out air support. But because of the way a lot of people used it, it just had that stigma attached to it, and it was kind of blacklisted by a lot of good players. Now, finally, we're here to Modern Warfare 3. People don't like the Type 95.
UAV online.
Now, I don't think that it's overpowered, but that's a pretty hard argument to make for a lot of people, anyway. But I think the main issue with it is that a lot of people camp with it. They camp really hard. You'll just see someone sitting in a corner. You got Assassin, you got Blind Eye. They've got marksmen, so they can see you coming from a mile away, but you can't see them at all. And they'll just sit in that corner, and when people run into their line of sight, pick them off very easily. Now, people, I don't think, would have the same problem with this gun if the users of it all ran around like they were using just any other assault rifle, like the ACR or the Scar. But, of course, if you do that now, there's already the stigma attached to the gun, so a lot of people are going to get mad at you just for using it at all. But I think that if there wasn't already such a negative reputation with the gun, they wouldn't really complain about the gun itself. They would maybe complain, oh, there's lag because I just lost an fight or something like that, but not the gun itself. Now finally, to support killstreaks, the main point here. People don't like them just because some guy on the other team can go 15 and 40 in the game of Domination, but he can get a game-changing EMP, which really is one of the best kill streaks for just about any game mode.
Friendly Predator missile inbound.
So I think there's a proper way to determine which kill streaks you should be using in the support tier. And it's really all based on what game mode you're playing and how good of a player you are. So if you're a great player playing Demolition, go for the high kill streaks. There's 2 long rounds, plenty of chances for kills, and you get the additional points when you plant or defuse a bomb. So in there, you can probably run through all of your support kill streaks pretty easily. You get 2 EMPs, 2 Juggernauts, 2 of everything. So in that case, for a good player in Demolition, it's fine to use the higher ones. But now another example would be a bad player playing Domination. This is that 15 and 40 guy who just somehow pulls an EMP out at the very end, screws everything up. This guy should really be using lower kill streak rewards. This is a guy who might benefit from these 2 actually, to go just with the UAV and maybe the ballistic vests. That way, he can still get his 15 kills, and by that alone, he'd earn all of those 3 times. He'd earn both rewards 3 times. So his UAV would be up for a good portion of the game, and his team could be in ballistic vests as well, which that would also help him get kills. Maybe he wins an extra gunfight or 2 with that. So I think there's really just a way that you have to play, and if you're not using the support the right way, it just comes off wrong. I know I sound like I'm really defending it, but I think there are a lot of changes that can be made to the support kill streaks. The first one is pretty obvious. Take out the killing kill streaks. No more stealth bombers, no escort airdrops, no juggernauts. Just get rid of those. Because really that goes against the entire idea of the support tier. I think that if you take out those and you don't add anything else, people wouldn't really like it because there just wouldn't be a lot of things to choose from. So you also have to add in some more. I think there are quite a few pretty obvious additions. One would be a care package. Obviously not just the 5 kill streak like the regular assault one. But make it a little bit higher, make people earn it, and of course it would only give you a support reward. Another higher one would be an emergency airdrop, just like from Modern Warfare 2. Drop 3 support kill streaks. And finally, you could add in the Blackbird. Make it a true Blackbird. See everyone, can't get shot down. Exactly like it was in Black Ops. And now, adding in some of these powerful kill streaks, you really have to extend the range of them. So what I mean by that is, you have to make them harder to get, so make them a higher reward. So say for the EMP and the Blackbird, make those 25. Then no one's running through them twice in a game of Domination, but in a game where you really need them, like Demolition, if you have a good game, you can get them twice. And that'll really help out your team. It helps you out. You can get a win with that. And another idea that I had would be to maybe change the number of points you would need to get a kill streak based on what game type. I don't know how well that will work, if it would work at all. But it's just an idea that since you can basically guarantee that you'll get 2 captures in a game of Domination, I find it's really hard to not do that. Maybe you could make the first few kill streaks, add 1 to them, so maybe 5 for a UAV, 6 for a counter UAV, and then the higher kill streaks, the Blackbird, the EMP, make them, say, 27. Otherwise, it's 25. Do the same thing with the game of Demolition. Since it's so long, there's just so many more opportunities for kills. You can make them a lot higher there, too, and then people wouldn't be able to unless they just have an amazing game, in which case they do deserve to get some rewards.
Enemy care package incoming.
And one last thing that I think probably a lot of people don't think about is that a lot of the people who run support Killstreaks, they would probably be the annoying guy who sits over in a corner and just waits on his Killstreaks. So these guys if they just couldn't die, if they felt like they needed to stay alive so they could get their Killstreaks,
We've taken the lead.
this is the type of guy who's going to be sitting in a corner with his Type 95, just waiting for people to come by so he can get his Predator, then a helicopter, and then his Reaper, and he'll just be waiting on them the whole game. Maybe he ends up 14-1 or something, but he just does absolutely nothing for you. So I think it's good to keep in mind that this system of support Killstreaks, it might have actually converted some of those campers. The gameplay is winding down now. See, it's incredibly close. Even though I've called in 2 EMPs myself, this game is right down to the wire. Luckily, we get that capture there. Then another guy on my team calls in an EMP with about 5 seconds late. Or with about 5 seconds left in the game, so it's kind of late, doesn't really do much. And it's tied at 199 all, and we get the win. Somehow we win 200 to 199, even though it was just 199, 199. But we don't need to think about that. We pull out the win, and I think a lot of it had to do with the 2 EMPs I called in. So in this case, it really helped us win the game. I end up 35-10. I hope you enjoyed, and have a nice day.